everyone, and welcome back to Carla. In this episode, we're back working on the hull. This time, we're in the bilge. And then we take a look at what needs to be done to install the new head frames we made earlier.
Well, we have the axle out, and now we can get a good look at the stern tube. There is this fastening for the stern tube I want to have a good look at as well, but it's half buried in concrete, so we'll have to knock that away. Another place we also have to knock away some concrete is in here to mend this patch. We have to cut out a square and mend it, but this concrete up to around halfway on the patch. So let's cut out this first so we can get to the concrete here and we can get to the concrete up here as well, and we'll do it in one sitting.
Now, this hole with a patch on it is a bit of a mystery to us, because all the way around we have full thickness in the plate. So why it's actually there, we simply don't know, but it really has to go. For the most part, Klaus puts on his PPE, but for some reason you can still catch him without, and it really doesn't make that much sense given the fact that he's required to wear them all the time at work, so it really should be second nature to him. But, well, maybe that's part of the problem. Fixing these hard-to-reach places definitely gives me an extra warm feeling inside, because just imagine getting a hole down there in the bottom of the bilge while in the middle of the ocean. That would be disastrous.
With the patch removed, it's now time to get rid of some of the concrete in the bilge. Because the hole is below the level of the concrete, I have to remove some to be able to weld the new piece in properly. But I also want to have a look at the bilge below the concrete to make sure that we haven't had any water seeping in there. Once again, I want to thank you, Jack, for this brand new hammer drill. It's making the work a lot easier than trying to use a hammer and a chisel. Well, I didn't get all the way to the bottom of the build this time. The concrete was much harder than I first expected, but at least I removed enough to weld in the patch properly. As I mentioned earlier, while I have the hammer drill out, I might as well remove some concrete around the stern tube so that we can have a proper look at it.
Now, as a small intermission in this patch welding process, we'll jump up on the foredeck where Klaus is ready with the new hatch frames, and don't they look fantastic? But before we can install them, i.e. cut a hole in the deck and weld them in, we have to get the old hatches and the old hatch frames that are made out of wood removed. So here we go. This actually takes a lot more work than meets the eye. As you might have seen in some of our previous videos, the hatches are bolted down with a boatload of stainless steel bolts with lock nuts. So the first job is to undo all the nuts and remove the bolts. All of this might sound easy enough until you get inside and realize that all the lock nuts are covered in rust protection, so they stick to the inside of the socket wrench. Now it's time to remove the bolts. And luckily for Klaus, they had all been Sikaflexed in place. So he had to use a hammer to get them out, which took quite the toll on his fingers. Now begins the delicate procedure of loosening the Sikaflex bond between the deck and the wood. Well, as delicate as you can be with a hammer and a crowbar. But we really don't want to damage the original hatches, so we can use them again because they're really expensive and we have many other things to spend the money on. One down, 3 to go. Originally, we intended to leave the hatches in the wheelhouse as is, but after some careful consideration, we decided to order some more angle iron and make 2 more hatch frames for the wheelhouse. So if you have any requests concerning the hatch frame making process, now is your chance. Leave a comment in the comment section below and we'll do our best to accommodate them in one of the upcoming videos.
Now that we have decided to close the doors in the sides of the wheelhouse and instead make a companionway in the back, we might as well get started on removing some of all the wood in the doorways. I'm trying to be as gentle as possible when I'm removing the wood, because you never know, maybe we'll be able to use it during the rebuild. But that's it for this small intermission. Now I think it's time to get back to the hull and start closing up the hole again. Well, I brought the welder out here and the gas as well from the workshop. I just grinded a spot up here to put the ground clamp. I finished up fitting the plate, so hopefully now should be easy peasy to get a good weld. And I also put a handle on it, so it's a bit easier to adjust. Now I just need to get my small magnets a ruler, something, so I can check that it's perfectly even with the surface. So, hang on. Well, I got my 2 magnets and this one, I don't remember what to call it.
And by the magic of a camera malfunction, here the plate has already been fastened into place. I think it might be time for us to get a backup camera if this stuff keeps happening. I think that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and we really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to click the subscribe button, share the video with your friends, and if you have any comments, questions, or good advice for us, please don't hesitate to write them in the comment section below. You can also join the crew on Patreon. This gives you early, ad-free access to all of our videos. So that's it for now. See you next time.